My name is Daniel Logan, and today I'm going to teach you the art of basketball. So first off, I'd like to introduce my only audience member behind the camera. She's right there. Unfortunately, I couldn't get anyone else to participate, so just bear with me here. I'd like to start off with the origins of basketball. The sport of basketball started in Canada in 1891 by Professor James Naismith, and fast forward 130 years later, there's over 2.2 billion followers of basketball all around the world. So the first step I want to talk about in basketball, which I feel like is the most important step, is defense. If you don't have good defense, you don't win championships, as many NBA players have said before. So for defense, you don't need the ball, you just need your hands and feet. First thing I'd like to introduce is you have to look up at your opponent. So if you don't look up and you look down at their feet or down at the floor, they're gonna get past you and score right away. It's gonna be too easy. So right now, you just gotta get into the defensive position like this. You gotta look them in the eye, and you can also put your hand up, so if they do decide to shoot, then you have a hand up contesting them, which will make it harder for them to shoot. So you can stand like this, and make sure also, when you're standing in a defensive position, never lift your feet up like this, because you doing that will it'll mess up your defensive position. Your opponent can score easier. So what you want to do is take your feet and you slide with it like this, and wherever your opponent's going, you go with them. And also keep your hand up and keep your eyes straight forward for the defender. Okay, so also another thing is your foot positioning. Like I said, you don't want to lift it, so keep your feet like this with your knees bent, because this is the most comfortable way to defend. You're going to be out there playing for almost an hour, so you don't want to have bad positioning, because that makes you more tired, and you want to conserve as much stamina as you can and much possible. So just stand like this, make sure like arch your back kind of, also keep it straight, and also keep a hand up with your eyes forward looking at your opponent. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is offense. Offense, to me, in my opinion, is the second most important thing in basketball, with defense being first. Because a lot of people can play offense, but not a lot of people can play good defense, especially in the NBA. There's a lot of good offensive scorers and a lot of good defensive scorers, but I feel like offense is the one that pushes people from being average to being great. Some of my favorite offensive players of all time is Kobe Bryant, Kevin Durant, probably Carmelo Anthony for me. That is my favorite player. So the first thing I want to demonstrate is the proper shooting form. Now when you shoot the ball, you're supposed to have your hand straight with your guiding hand right here. I'm a lefty, so you're supposed to have it straight like this. Do you see?
Yeah.
You're supposed to have it straight like this, and you're supposed to just go up with it and shoot it. Now if you come over here, I'm going to try and make a shot. This is first take, so if I don't make it, I'm sorry. I'm not professional, but I'm going to try it. I have my shooting hand straight, my hand like this, my feet set. Okay, I didn't make it, but that's okay, because I still have my hand right. I know I had the right positioning, so in the game I probably will make it. I just have to take more shots. Basketball is a game of muscle memory. You need good muscle memory. You need to practice your shooting for hours, whether it's free throws or three-point shots or even just layups. The next thing I want to talk about is your dribbling move. So when you dribble, you have to get low like this, and you have to look straight. You cannot look down, because if you look down at the floor, you have a more likely chance of getting the ball stolen from you. So when you are dribbling, dribble hard, dribble as low as you can without trying to lose the ball. Always keep your eyes forward to your opponent. Try not to lose the ball. And if you want, you can put your hand out, just in case your opponent wants to swipe the ball. You have your hand out, so if you do, you can match his moves. And then wherever his hand is, you go opposite. So if his hand right here, you go right hand. If his hand is on the right, you go to your left hand. Like that. And always keep a good dribble. Don't never dribble like this. That's too high, because like, I can just swat the ball out just like that. Okay. So the last thing I want to talk about for being a good basketball player is teammates. Now, this isn't specifically talking about one person. It's more of your whole team. I feel like when I was on a team for my rec league and my high school team, I had to be a good teammate, because my coach was looking for that. I couldn't just be, just not talking to anyone, just playing the game. I had to talk to my whole team and get them involved. And what I saw for this, excuse me, I'm out of breath. What I saw for this is that it makes for a good teammate as you get the whole team involved. So you know everyone, you're not just playing with these random people. You know them and is good teammates. So what I like to do is, one time I took 3 of my teammates, I took 3 of my teammates out for dinner, and I got to just talk to them a little bit, and just to like see where they are, like what they like outside of basketball, because at the end of the day, it's not always about basketball, it's about who you are as a person. My teammates. And also, if your teammates are down, just pull them maybe to the side before the game, just talk to them, be a passive listener and an active listener. If they're going through a tough time, then, you know, just counsel them before the game, because you wouldn't want them going into the game having a bad attitude or being sad, because that just make them play worse and it affect the whole team at the end. Excuse me. Okay, so my conclusion is, the reason I made this speech is to teach people the 3 fundamentals of playing basketball, the most important ones. I can go into a lot more detail about the rest, but I feel like, in my opinion, these are my 3 most important fundamentals of basketball. You have defense, which again is you getting down, hand up, looking at your player, sliding your feet, not lifting, I'm just sliding your feet. The second is offense. Get the ball. Offense, have your hands straight with your guiding hand like this. As I said, I'm a lefty, and it always has to be straight, because if it's not straight, then you're gonna miss the shot and you're gonna affect your team. And the third is teammates, which doesn't require you playing, just requires a good mental mindset. Before you go into the game, just talk to all your teammates, ask them how they're doing, see what's good, and before the game, just talk to them. Say, you know, you need anything, you can let me know, because I don't want this to affect the game. Not being in a rude way, but being in a supportive way, something like that. So I like to wrap up, but I'm Daniel Logan, and thank you for listening to me play basketball.